guys, my name is Jackie and I'm currently editing my TBR bingo video for January. But the first couple of minutes of the video are just not usable. I'm so annoyed at it. So refilming this whole thing wouldn't quite work as well as it did the first time, so instead I'm just going to explain what happened before. Just talk to you for a little bit here. So first of all, if maybe someone has noticed, I already did a TBR bingo in November, but I didn't do one in December. And that's for a couple of reasons. When I first got the idea to do this, I was so excited about it. I wanted to do it immediately, even though I knew I wouldn't be able to actually read the books and pick out. Which means that in the last 2 months I've read 3 of the 6 books I picked out. That's because I was already in the middle of a couple of books. I needed to read some books for work, or I just wasn't feeling like reading the ones I had. And then there was some personal stuff too, which I had to take care of, and I just didn't have much time to read in between all of this. Also, I work in a bookstore and we had crazy hours to work before Christmas. So I didn't read those books. So I decided to start completely new. I took off all the prompts from my board and I put them back up on camera and explained all the prompts. But I'm not going to do this again. Most of my prompts are pretty self-explanatory and I will always explain them when I pick them. And lastly, you missed my first draw, which is really sad. So my first draw was A2, which is called title A to Z, which means I have to pick a letter at random and then pick a title that starts with the Z letter. So I picked a letter at random and I picked L, and with that I chose Lady Midnight, which is the first book in the Dark Artifices trilogy by Cassandra Clare, which follows Emma and her Parabatai Jules, who live in the Los Angeles Institute. And yeah, I'm really excited about this book, but I think I'll talk about this in the clip that follows, so let's move on. And this book is about Emma and her Parabatai Julian, and yeah, they're shadow hunters in Los Angeles, and that's pretty much all I know about it. So really excited for this one. 1 done, 5 more to go. Let's see, what do we got? We've got D5. D5 with a person on the cover. Let's go. And for this I'm going with Wishes by V.E. Schwab. And if you can see there with the eye, that's a person on the cover. And it counts. So I'm reading this. And this is the book about Victor and Eli, who are college roommates and somehow become supervillains. Really? I have no idea what this book is about, but I heard raving reviews about it. So many people love it. A friend of mine loves it too, and yeah, I decided I wanted to read it. And done. So, number 3. Let's see what we got. We've got E4. E4. Pet pig. Of course. So I'm just going to put an empty post-it on here, and I'm trying to film this little clip a bit later. But yeah, let's see which books I'm going to give my dog to pick from. Let's see. Alright, so I decided to let my dog pick between 3 books. First is Reverie by Ryan LaSala, and really, I have no idea what it's about. So let's read the synopsis. It's about a boy named Kane who lost his memory. That's interesting. But reality itself seems to have changed, and there are 3 classmates who claim to be his friends, and he doesn't really know if he can believe them or trust them. So that's interesting. And it's a fantasy book. Next one is House Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. This is the German edition. and I love the Ghibli movie, so of course I had to read this at one point. And it's about a girl named Sophie who's cursed and turned into an old lady, and she looks for help by the magician, but she can't tell him that she's cursed because that's part of the curse. So that's that. And lastly, I decided to go easy on myself and picked up Saga Volume 8. This is an amazing graphic novel or comic about a family in space. The parents are from two different people who are at war with each other, and the whole thing is told from the perspective of their little daughter. So one of these three will be my TBR. Alright, so we've got a trade on every book, and now, Dinya, go! Which do you pick? Which do you pick? And she picks Reverie by Ryan LaSala. And she picked Reverie by Ryan LaSala, which is great since I already planned to read this anyway. Number 4 is D4. D4 is the oldest on my TBR. So, I've got my phone here, let's check. Alright, so my mug with my purse just fell down and I was pretty shocked, but it's still whole. I'm really thankful for it. So, let's see. The oldest on my TBR was what I wanted to look for. So, let's see what Goodreads has to say for this. The oldest one, not the oldest one I own, but the oldest one I put on my Goodreads is Feels Like a Firestorm by Lana Popovich, which is the sequel to Wicked Like a Wildfire, which was a story about two sisters who've got magical powers, and their mother always warned them about the powers, but they didn't really listen and somehow got sucked into this coven, and it's not really good for them. I don't remember that many details, but I really enjoyed it and I hope I will like this one too. So, let's see what's the next one is. E5. E5 is an animal on the cover. Yay. So that's an easy pick for me. I'm going to read The Court of Miracles, I think is the original title. Let me have a look. A Court of Miracles. By Kester Grant, and this once more is the German edition. It's set in France after the French Revolution, after a failed French Revolution, and it's about a girl named Nina who's a thief and tries to save her sister, and she wants help. She gets help from a girl named Etty, but just then there's another revolution breaking out, so it's getting really dangerous. I'm excited for this one. Interesting that everything is in this corner. So, 5, my last pick. Let's see. What have we got here? B1. Fantasy. Easy. So for this I'm going to go with The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. Once again, I've got the German edition here. And yeah, really? That's probably the book I can tell you about the least. So it's about a girl named Vasia who can see ghosts, and she feels that there's this dark, dangerous power coming through the woods to destroy them, I think. It's a Russian-inspired fantasy, and everyone loved it, everyone raved about it, I think a year ago or even longer, but now it's finally out in German and I decided to pick it up now. So that's the last book I'm going to read. So those are the 5 books I'm going to read, plus one of the 3 on the top, whichever my dog picks for me. So yeah, that's a bit, but it's alright, I think. I've got some really thick ones, but I've got a really short one, 2 really short ones at least, maybe. So that's not too bad. So I'm really hoping I'm going to be better at this month, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you in a month with another TBR bingo. Until then, I'll see you later. Bye!